What is going on, my guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back over on Ark once again, picking things up over here on the official Small Tribe servers. So if you remember, in the last couple of episodes, we were able to get ourselves a Quetzal sky base going and raise a bunch of different dinos for raids and stuff. Get a lot of resources and prefab up a base, which we are going to be moving into today, finally moving off the Sky Quetz. So let's get into this new episode. Okay, so we are over here on Aberration. Of course, my favorite map. Where else would I want to build a base? So I was thinking about where to put a base, and I wasn't really sure. This is going to have like some unique properties to it. So a big thing about this base is we're going to be offline for a long time. Like when I go to work and when I get off for the night, I probably won't be getting on again for like 24 hours. So this is going to have to be a really easy spot to defend that's hard to raid. And I think I have one in mind. Okay, so let's head over here. So I've actually built in this spot previously just for like a few days on the 30-day wipe servers of Ark. And I feel like it's pretty decent. I'm hoping it's empty on this server. I don't know anybody on the server or anything. I'm not allied or anything like that. I just picked a random Aberration server, and I'm hoping this spot is empty and we can build up here. Okay, so heading over here, it looks like this is empty indeed. Well, nobody has defenses outside at least. So here it is. Looks like there's two structures close by. But yeah, it's up in these little crystals here. There's a little hole that opens up into enough space for a base. So let's sneak up here. Make sure, yeah, so nobody's built in here. There is a couple of structures. So pretty cool little entrance. You can see it's kind of hard to get into, and then it opens up into some space here. Oh, it looks like is there a vault back here? There is. Okay, demolish allowed vault. So it means it's probably been here for a long time, but I mean someone was built in here at one point. Okay, so for now we're not building the base up just yet. I don't really have anything on me. I just spawned over here. So we're going to just put some beds down, and then we'll go back to our Quetzal and start loading ourselves up with resources. And I just wanted to make sure the beds work, and they do. And a lot of rat holes over here on Ark Ascended, they don't really work, but this one does work. So that is great. This should work out for a new base spot. So let's head back over to our Ragnarok server and start getting some gear here. Okay, so back over on our Quetzal. You can see I got 5 heavies here. I've got some ammo. We're pretty much just going to take anything that is essential to the base. So those gates are going to be important. We're going to need to demo those to get some resources. Probably take these to demo for polymer. Alright, so I think we basically have everything we can carry. We can't carry much more. I'll take a few dinos, like a basic kit, but yeah, I really can't carry too much, which is going to be a little bit hard when we are trying to transfer all this stuff. But yeah, let's head off the server. We're going to go build our base now. If we can get off this server safely, that's the goal. Alright, so we got 2 minutes on the timer. I did find a drop in the middle of the desert, so yeah, nobody should be coming all the way out here to collect this, hopefully. I'm just waiting. Let's demo these really quick. I have some time. Alright, great. 1,000 metal from those. Perfect. That's why I really like collecting drops. If you're starting out early game, dude, you can get these behemoth gates. They give you so many resources, which is going to be super helpful for building our base. Oh, I gotta drop some stuff, too heavy. You can see I got 2,000 metal, which is great. So we should have plenty of materials to craft up our base once we spawn in here. Alright, so here we are over on Aberration. We don't have like a ton of space, but let's get things situated. Okay, generator is down. Okay, and first turret is up. We are a little bit safer than we were. Still not much, though. Alright, so we'll be doing a lot to defend this base. I have like a bunch of different methods I'm going to be using to keep it safe. So this base spot, it's pretty small, honestly, but I think it'll be fine for what we want, which is just to store loot in. Okay, so we're back over on the Quetzal one more time. We're just gonna grab, I think we're gonna grab like our blueprints and our dinos, all our really important stuff now that we have the new base somewhat secure. See if I can craft a vault. I know I have, here it is, okay. So we'll get a vault crafted, we'll probably craft up like a fabricator and any other structures we need for materials, and then I'll probably just transfer everything off this Quetzal, but we might leave this Quetzal here just in case we want to raise some flyers over here or something that we can't breed over on Aberration. Okay, so here's what we have. A bunch of ammo, all of our blueprints, some weapons and stuff. And we'll probably just leave the rest of this here for now. We are making the long parachute over to this drop. This is also the hard part, is there's not like an easy way for me to transfer all this loot, so I'm just slowly doing it like piece by piece. Okay, luckily I got a bunch of materials, or gates the other day from that raid I did in the Dark Cave. So now we can just demo all these and get a bunch of metal. Alright, so we got 5 heavy turrets up, and then here is the next step in the plan. I don't have too many pyramanes right now, but we're gonna be breeding up a ton, and I want them just to be sitting in this entrance on aggressive. So if anybody tries to come in here, they'll just pounce on them. And because I have these good pyramanes, I do think that like they'll get pretty insane HP, probably like 100,000 or more. So I mean that should help a lot if people try to kill them. If I can get this this one in the large mode. But yeah, we're going to be using, I think, pyramids, and we'll probably add plants, like plant turrets, and then the Tesla towers, as well as these turrets. So when we're all done here, it should be actually kind of hard to raid. Okay, so we've got all of our pyramanes out. I definitely need to breed more. We want this thing overflowing with pyramanes, which it's not that case yet. Okay, so here's how the base is coming together. I mean, it is going to be really cramped in here, but I am a solo. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. We're going to kind of have this floor as storage, and then the top floor is breeding. Alright, Tesla coil is up. I actually haven't used these that much. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put them on... where's the setting? Okay, you're supposed to put it on volatile. That is the one. I think it makes things vulnerable. Okay, we're getting the plants. The plant box is up, which is great. So the combo of like Plant X turrets, Tesla coil, pyro mains, and normal turrets should be pretty good. Just until we can get tech turrets. That is the goal. We're going to have to figure that out. So a little base here. Oh my gosh, dude, look at all this stuff in here. C4, fabricator, cannon. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, that's crazy. I feel like this is kind of a good explanation of the state of small tribes. It's actually been pretty easy for me to build up. It doesn't really seem to me like these servers are like super competitive. It's kind of like there's just a ton of huge tribes kind of holed up on their servers, but there's not a lot of people like scouting around for loot or doing raids or things like that. That's just kind of what I've picked up over the last little bit of playing these servers. But I mean, look how much free stuff I just got in like this random stone base. Dude, and there's even more. There's a cooker. That's actually super hard to make. Okay, so we're back over on Ragnarok. I need a dung beetle, and I literally could not find one on Aberration. So I was like, we'll just come back over here. I don't want to get killed by one of these, I don't even remember what this is called. The things that like dig in the ground right there. But yeah, we're going to tame up a dung beetle, and then I need Plant X seeds too. So we have an important mission here, and then we'll head back over to Aberration and set up the plants. And I think we're getting close to the base being ready to go. We won't have to work on it anymore. Alright, perfect. We'll just carry this guy. Gosh, dude, I feel like there's so many more death worms on Ragnarok than there used to be. They used to be super rare, and now every time I'm out here in the middle of the desert, one shows up and starts trying to eat me. So just chill there. Let me get this dung beetle uploaded. Alright, let's be fast here. Okay, perfect. Dude, it's funny. So these guys on the server, you can see in the chat, he's like, I'm telling you guys too, 1, 2, 3. He's like asking for tax. He's like, you guys gotta pay tax, 550 Ellie a week. But like, he has no idea where I live or anything like that. He's just using, there's like player trackers that are like software that says who joins the server, and he's just like telling people, oh, if you're on the server, you gotta pay tax. Kind of ridiculous, dude, just the state of small tribes. Dude, there's a metal, so there's a metal farming base in an interesting spot, and I haven't raided these like since last arc, but we might try. Like, if you look at this base, obviously it's just a metal farming spot, but you never know. Nothing here. Okay, we're just scouting my home server now, looking for leftover loot, but we're not finding much. Okay, there actually is. There's like structures all over the place here. Alright, so we transferred back over to a new Ragnarok server, not our old one, but just like a random one. I wanted to tame up some stegos, just because we need to start doing some raids. Like, I need loot, and I'm kind of sick of just playing the PvE life, and we got to start somewhere, so even if that's from tamed stegos, you know. So that is what we're up to over here. Okay, perfect. And I'm taming up an arthropleur right next to where I'm taming the stegos. Somebody left a transmitter box, and so I don't know. We're just gonna open that up and see if there's any leftover loot there for us. And I think this is empty, dude. I swear, everything I've been looting lately has been empty, which is crazy. This problem would be solved if I got the transmitter engram, but I mean, I haven't done the dragon boss on this character, so we are out of luck here. We did tame up 2 stegos though. This is the male. Has pretty bad health, but I mean, it's kind of whatever. This is just gonna have to do until I can get some mutated stegos at some point. So I wanted to set up a linked storage box. And I was going to set up right here, but dude, somebody's got like a metal farming base literally right here. Alright, so here it is. I'm tempted to just put it here anyway, but I feel like it'll just get raided instantly, so I'm sure these guys live on server because they have like a tech gen and a teleporter and everything. So I wanted to put it like it back away in this crack, but I don't know if that's the best idea. So we might have to just find a new spot. Okay, so I decided to put it just up here on top of the hill, kind of close by, but not exactly. So I really like this spot because it's close to one of the charge nodes, so I can use that as a transmitter. And no dino spawn up here. Like, no nameless, no nothing, so it makes life a lot easier than, like, putting this somewhere random. Might have to chop this tree down before I can finish building my box. Okay, perfect. And it's nice because I think we're finally getting to the place where we can start to compete with other players on here. Alright, perfect. Linked storage box is amazing. Basically like a little budget teleporter. So that is going to be great for us. We're going to be able to transfer on and off this server really easy now, just because this is right next to a charge node. Let's close this thing. This is going to be my linked bed. Okay, this is great. So I think we're like finally getting to the point we can stop trying to fly under the radar and we can start getting in some fights and other things like that. Like, I have some manas. I just need to make some good flak, and then I think that we are like kind of set up to start fighting other players and cool stuff. Okay, so this is how this works if you didn't know. It's an amazing thing. I actually really like this add to the game. So we can just spawn back at our base. And our stuff is sitting here waiting for us. Perfect. That is going to be amazing for farming and transferring off and everything. We can pretty much never have to leave our base anymore. Let's throw this crystal in. I gotta grab my other stuff. I forgot. There's all my kit. Alright, boys, so here's where we ended up. Added a bunch more turrets. We are going to add... I made 2 more Tesla coils. So, yeah. I mean, this is pretty great for how fast I did this. This base is pretty difficult to raid. I mean, you're gonna have to kill all these pyromanes and then either soak the turrets or something like that. The one thing I'm worried about is that people might be able to build into this base, which I don't really know how to fix that, honestly. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to try to address that issue later on, but for now, I mean, it's kind of like whatever. You can see my plants are growing as well, so we've done all we can here. Alrighty, boys. So we're gonna go do a little raid. I call it little, and I mean little. It's like nothing. I think I showed a little metal farming base earlier, and I noticed that it had ran out of gas, and so I was like, dude, there could be some stuff in here. That is the thing about metal farming bases, is they sometimes have really good stuff like tech suits or crabs or Ankies or like really good gear, because people just spawn over here to farm metal and then just leave it. So let's head over here. Okay, so there it is. You can see next to the transmitter. I obviously don't have enough C4 to blow all that up, but I do have an Arthropleura. Okay, here we go. So the goal is going to be, I would really like to do some of these bosses I don't have during this Small Tribes run and get all the like the tech engrams, like the transmitter and other stuff. Alright, yeah. So you probably think like the Arthropleura is my favorite dino. I feel like I use it like 24/7, but you know, that way I don't have to farm as much C4. Alright, come on, dude. Go over there. Start munching away. I really wish I could access transmitters. It's super annoying to not be able to. Okay, and let's get this thing to eat that turret next. Come on, buddy. Let's move it along. I feel like, dude, like whistling dinos on things has gotten worse every time I've played the game. Let's see. Okay, and basically nothing. A little bit of element. That is just about it. Pretty unlucky. Let's have this turret get killed. Oh, dude, this is the wrong turret. I meant to whistle it on this one. There's one right here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, come eat this turret down. I think it probably has ammo in it still, because these guys basically just ran out of gas. It didn't get raided. So look how much metal is in here. I think there's 30,000, 29,000 metal, which is going to be huge. I'm going to have to figure out a way to transfer all this metal and get it back to base. Okay, where is this bag at? Alright, a little bit of ammo, 300. Okay, so we came back over here. I destroyed everything. And here is the metal bag. So, yeah, what I'm about to do is going to be terrible. I'm just going to have to, like, slowly transfer this metal and bring it all the way to a charge node to transfer it and upload it. But we're going to just do it anyway. Okay, so we got the metal back. I built like a little multi-forge thing under the floor here. Let's see, do I have some wood? And so, yeah, I think we're kind of chilling. I know most of what I've been working on the past like day has just been building up the base, but I mean, it has to be done to build the base right. We're gonna have somewhere safe that we can like breed dinos and store all of our loot, but I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that. We got a bunch of resources as well, which has been awesome. Okay, and then we're just breeding up like our Arthropluras and our Pyromanes, anything we can. And I think like the progress we've made is crazy. The base is really well defended, and then we just need to get a few other dinos now. And I have some good ideas how to do that. Like I want to get some mutated stegos and maybe some wyverns, but for now I think we're kind of chilling here. Alrighty boys, that's going to wrap up this episode. We made a lot of progress here to get a stable base location up and running. Added a bunch of defenses as well as got more metal than we could possibly imagine. And we raised up a bunch of dinos as well. So in the next few episodes we're going to get into some raiding and some PvP, and I hope you guys are excited for that. Thanks again for watching to the end. Let me know if you guys are enjoying Small Tribes content. We'll catch you guys in the next one.